this image is going to lead into this more recent project I'm working on, and I sort of proposed this idea. I had this. I found this. I was photographing in this abandoned movie theater in Arizona. It had no roof. It was really beautiful. But I went down into the basement and I found all this film. It was covered with bird crap and dirt. Took it home, cleaned it all off, and it was the original. It's the preview for the original Alien, which which is a very monumental film for me. I'm sort of obsessed with science fiction, but I remember seeing that film when I was 7 and thought it was amazing. And I was trying to figure out what I can do with this. Like, the film kind of says a lot about what I'm interested in, like this juxtaposition between the interior and the exterior of the physical body, and how they're the same but completely different. And so I stuck that in there for that. And so I'm going to go back. I'm going to skip to this for a second. And so this is the most recent work. This work, each piece has an individual name, but it's under the heading of "In Every Atom Are 100 Blazing Suns." And not shown, I made these images where I was scanning microscope slides and taking pictures of the night sky and putting them together. And they look like Hubble Space Telescope images. And I was out photographing one day on Staten Island, and I saw like a little piece of film. I pulled it out of this big dirt heap, and they were X-rays, but they were really badly decomposed and smelled really bad. But I just wrapped them up in paper, and I didn't look at them again for like a year. And I pulled them out again, put them on the light box after I cleaned them off, and they just looked ethereal to me, and they looked like planets. So I scanned them and did some slight manipulations to accentuate certain areas. So a lot of what I do is about process, but you know, where do we find meaning in that process? And where does the meaning go afterwards? And I have a box of prints which will look much better than this. If you guys are interested, and happy to take questions or anything.
So what was this original X-ray of? Was it something spherical, or what?
All of the X-rays were kind of in a circle, but it's kind of fully decomposed, and that's all of the stuff that you see are the cracks in the film. You really can't make anything out at all. That's just. This is the only one you can kind of make something out of. It looks like it might be a CAT scan, but I don't know. And all the writing is the original writing that's on that X-ray. Should I go back to these some other stuff?
So what's the connection between? It seems to me like the bookends of this with the decomposing nature photos and these found decompositions, right? That to me seems to have a lot in common, and I'm wondering what how you relate these natural processes that seem so important to your work, with that more digital work and the Google image, that kind of found image and that very artificial.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think about that a lot too, and I struggle with that. The sort of way I kind of think about it is that sort of also like that term termite. Like I want the work to sort of allow it to burrow through itself. So like a lot of these images you have to look at, and then you have to go further into it to see what is going on, and that sort of kind of blurs the boundaries a little bit, because the thing itself, I kind of feel like, eats away at its own boundaries.
questions, whether this is a paradigm shift for them. Would you say what you're doing also is somewhat monumental in that sense? And do you also tear yourself up about that? Are you cheating and letting the process do some of this beauty for you? Like, I personally love it. I love watercolors, and you can let the paint just create some of that for you. But do you feel the same way?
I never feel that way. I feel like I just kind of think about ideas and how I can achieve them, and it doesn't really matter what the materials are or how I go about it, as long as the end result is close to what I'm trying to get at as an idea or a philosophy or whatever. I don't know. I mean, there would be no way for me to take a picture of the planet anyway, without cheating. It would have to be through some sort of satellite, or so a lot of the work is sort of kind of mildly escapism, but that's sort of what fuels it.
Follow-up question sort of to Cora's about the use of digital means and whatnot. Have you played around at all with sort of degradation and distortion in a digital environment, or the way in which digitally stored visual data can be distorted?
That's kind of sort of what these things are, not in a sort of in a more basic way. These are sort of kind of corrupted video files that are breaking apart, degraded in a way. I'm sort of only just dabbling in it, but I don't know if I answered your question.
It's totally open-ended.
Yeah, I mean, I think like everything is a tool. The paintbrush is a tool. The scalpel is a tool. The computer is a tool. It's just your ideas are the fuel, and you have to make it happen.
Probably right.